Can I just ask you a question? I was looking on your Instagram today. You got 27,000.2.
Yes.
How have you? Because you only just turned 20. How have you amassed such a big? That's bigger than my Instagram and the gym Instagram put together. So
I will tell you guys, I do not buy my followers. I promise you.
I know. Yes, guys, welcome back to the Ultimate Fitness Podcast. It's been a while. Today we have Camilla.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to the podcast. As Simon already said, it's been a very, very long time.
Too long, isn't it? Yeah,
way too long. And I was just telling Simon, we should be grateful that we have this podcast and actually make a use of it.
Yeah, because I set up this podcast room last year, I think, and I remember getting really excited about building it up, getting the equipment, writing a list down all the guests that we're going to have on, really utilising like the members of Ultimate Fitness. You know, we're lucky that we've got this facility that we've got famous people come to this gym.
Oh, definitely.
And we really have to utilise it. So going forward, we're going to do one once a week.
Definitely.
And we're going to talk about things outside bodybuilding because I know it is a bodybuilding gym and it was fitness orientated, but there's a lot of things outside bodybuilding people are interested in we can talk about.
Yeah, so as some of you probably seen it on my story, you guys can ask any questions or advice and suggestions. It doesn't necessarily need to be bodybuilding, but even like outside that bodybuilding part, because this is not all about bodybuilding, if that makes sense.
And you don't really have much of a background in bodybuilding, do you?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's pointless asking you questions about bodybuilding.
I think a very, very good topic that I want to speak about today, it's social media. So Simon, I wanted to ask you, how did you started with your YouTube channel?
I started YouTube, it was in lockdown 2020. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the whole country was in lockdown and all I had was time to sort of watching YouTube videos, mainly like training videos, people going on gym tours. And I thought to myself, you know, that'd be a really cool thing to do. So I thought, what's stopping me? Yeah. So did a bit of research and brought myself a camera, like the Sony A6400.
Okay. So that's when your basically photography career kind of
Not photography, more videos. So I sort of bought a camera, didn't have a clue what I was doing with it. I just brought it.
Okay.
And everything I've learned is from YouTube. So I brought a camera and I just started vlogging in the gym when it was lockdown. And I used to hate talking to front of the camera. I used to be so nervous. I used to be like very awkward. And I remember watching a lot of my older videos, my first videos, and looking at them now, I sort of get embarrassed. But I think I've come a long way because, you know, you can see improvement. So I was just sort of vlogging myself, and I met Liam, LSJ, and then we started doing videos together, just the two of us, and sort of built up my confidence because he was doing YouTube long before me. So he taught me a few things. Obviously, just watching other YouTubers, how they sort of engage with the audience, how they sort of talk, and picked up tips. Then I sort of learned about video editing. And it just takes time and practice, like trying to do like one video every week. My videos got better and better. Then I was, when we were allowed to travel, I was traveling to Dubai and meeting with like famous YouTubers. Yeah. I was quite lucky because I've been in this industry a long time. I was reaching out to people and they would sort of let me collab with them, and that sort of really sort of took off.
Build up your content.
Yeah.
So you actually started not long ago with all these cameras and stuff like that, because it was in 2020. So only 4 years ago, you got yourself camera, and was that your like first camera as well?
I had a camera before, but it was like I just put it on auto, and I had a really good camera about 10 years ago, but I never really looked into about how to use it properly to the maximum advantage. I just took it away and just press the shutter button. That was it. I didn't really know how to set it properly, and it was only sort of to have the last camera. I thought, you know what, I'm really getting into this because when I'm really interested in something, I'm 100% into it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll study it, I'll watch videos. I'm obsessed. I'm literally obsessed with it. And the last probably year and a half, 2 years, I've been absolutely obsessed with like photography, videography, cameras, lenses. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah.
So you have actually learned quite a lot, even like, setting up all this studio, editing, and how you do all the videos and photography. If you guys want to check Simon's photography page and how he does his photos as well, what's the Instagram name?
It's Phantom Visuals _visuals.
So-
I'll put the link. But you know what? It's just you're learning all the time, not just photography, but everything in life. You're always learning, and you're always trying to learn from people that are better than you, that have more experience. I mean, I still go on workshops, photography workshops, where there's people that have been doing this photography for like 20, 30, 40 years. So I'm still very new in the game. And, these people are still learning from me. So it's a cool two-way thing. But I absolutely love it. It's sort of my new passion.
So would you say you're kind of like a self-learner?
Absolutely, yeah. I learn.
You have a goal and you go for it.
Yeah. And I think when you're into something, when you love something, you learn in your own time, and you enjoy doing it. You enjoy learning and absorbing the information, and you enjoy putting these things into practice. So, yeah.
What about the editing part? I think, you can record and make
videos. For videos, yeah.
But when it comes to YouTube, I think the hardest part is the editing. Because as someone who has no background with stuff like that, it's like, what the hell? Like, what do I do? How do I do it? How did you manage that?
I use Premiere Pro, which is it's like a professional editing suite, and just like I said before, watching YouTube videos, and I remember my first few videos were like, I'd basically hardly edit it, just put the whole video on there, be like 45-minute training video, and it would bore the shit out of me watching it. And I was watching like successful YouTubers, and like, you don't have to put the whole video, you put like the best highlights of the video in, and you make it clip, do the transitions, put music to it, the color grading. Just no one's going to really watch a 45-minute training video, especially when you're new to YouTube and they don't really know you. So unless you're really established, they'll invest that time into. But then I started cutting my videos down to like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes. And there's a saying someone's taught me. It's half as long, twice as strong. Mm-hmm. So when you've got a video and you think it's good, try and cut it down by half to make it even better. Like, cut all the best bits, leave all the best bits out of it, all the fluff cut out of it, and people watch it.
So what I do, I would just like, for example, I record, I speak. Obviously, for my first ever video, I was trying so hard. Like, I think with the YouTube, you just have to be so natural. But it
takes time though.
Yeah.
It takes time. Because it's not natural talking in front of the camera.
I don't even want to watch my first video. If you guys want to see how
check out Camilla's YouTube.
Yeah. So it will be linked down below as well.
When did you start YouTube? Was it this year?
March this year.
So only 5 months ago.
You know what? I bought myself camera and I was like, because I've always wanted to do YouTube. Like, even before fitness, I was like, I wanted to vlog, makeup, stuff like that. And I always wanted to do it. But I thought, like, I'm either too shy or I don't know what to do. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get myself camera and I would just start doing it. I'm not going to care what people think. And if it comes out shit, it comes out shit. I will still post it. So I did my first video and I use CapCut for now because obviously I'm new into the game. So I don't need fancy stuff yet.
You just got to use something that you're going to use regularly and you find it easy to use. I mean, there's a lot of editing programs, but for what the videos you do, you don't need anything too fancy. Yeah,
so I learned myself, or same as Simon, I would watch YouTube videos. So as a self-learner, you know what, I just recorded the clip and then whenever I used to mess up, I would re-record again and then I just put the clips and then just cut out things that I don't need. But you just get better and better every time.
Do you ever like leave your mistakes in the videos?
Sometimes, yeah.
I think it's good to let people see that you are normal, you're human, and you do make mistakes.
Yeah. You can't fake it too much because you will tell that you faking it so much for a video. It's got to be as much natural as possible.
And there's some people, like some YouTubers, they'll edit the videos so it's like flawless. They don't see any ums, ahs, and like it's just. But I think that's just too fake. You know what I mean?
Even for my first video, you know what I did? Like, I put full face makeup, like, and just once again, just faking it. Now, when I do, if you guys watch my videos now, for example, I posted a recent video of me being just like an update after the post show. I didn't really care. I had no makeup on in the morning, straight camera. You just gotta be natural and actually show the life instead of faking it. Does that make sense?
Definitely, and people want to see the real you, not just like the highlights, you in your makeup, glammed up, in your posing gear. They want to see like when you wake up out of bed, when your hair's a mess and you've got no makeup on.
Yeah, definitely. So what I want to ask you as well, how do you manage your time with social media and even like editing and posting on Instagram? I think it's so much headache, especially as someone who's running the gym, got your own life outside all this. It's just...
Well, this is my life.
Yeah.
I thought about this recently, and I have been struggling, to be honest, because it does help having people like yourself, Steph, Alster, Joe, which all help with my social media, but it is... The onus is on me. Sometimes I get really motivated when I'll do like 20, 30 videos in a week.
And then you lack.
And I'll have a content block. And I think, what do I know? Then I'll watch other gyms, what they're doing. And I get ideas, but it's hard to maintain that sort of momentum all the while.
It's so high on the demand. Sometimes you don't want to record the same freaking thing. You know what I mean?
It's hard to be original content.
Yeah, same with me. As you guys know, I post the prep update. But there's nothing going to be new. I'm not going to make a video every single week. I'll try to do it every 3 weeks, because if you guys watch my videos every week, it's going to be the same stuff, the same food, the same training.
Groundhog Day, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So it will be quite boring. You have to come up with something new all the time. So even Instagram, like talking about Instagram, how do you find like posting stuff on it, editing, even the reels and stuff like that?
The reels, I quite enjoy doing the reels because it involves using my camera, which, I purposely bought an expensive camera and the lenses, so just so I could use it for the reels. But there's only so much you can do in the gym. You sort of run out of ideas. But I did enjoy filming like the members at the gym, filming, talking, like especially when you were doing the interviews. I thought that was really good.
Let us know, guys, if you guys enjoying the interviews, because we will be uploading them soon as well.
I think for that spell, for them 2-3 weeks, because we did quite a lot of videos in that short space of time. I think that worked really well because it got the members involved.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it helps build that sort of networking community in the gym. Yeah, but let us know in the comments. It's hard to sort of think of things to post about all the time. It's workouts and stuff like that, but I think involving the members is definitely a key.
You know what? I personally find it so hard to like post on social media all the time, especially Instagram, because before, like 2-3 years ago.
Can I just ask you a question? I was looking on your Instagram today. You got 27,000.2.
Yes.
How have you? Because you only just turned 20. How have you amassed such a big? That's bigger than my Instagram and the gym Instagram put together. So
I will tell you guys, I do not buy my followers. I promise.
I know you don't. You can tell by the engagements.
Just gonna speak about it. How my account grew.
How long have you been on Instagram?
2024. Probably like 2017.
Okay,
but
7 years.
Yeah, how my account started to grow, I'll tell you that now. So
sorry, let's go back. So you started when you were 13 then, 14?
But obviously all of us had an Instagram then, but I wasn't posting like that. When I was probably 16, 17, around that age to 18.
When did it really take off, your Instagram? You noticed like the
Wait, so I'm 20 now. I'm trying to count 2022. I was like probably
17, yeah.
17. So I started properly in 2020. So
4 years ago. And did you start in lockdown?
Yeah.
Like everyone else?
Yeah. So when I was around 16, so from 2021 to like 2022, that's when my account started to grow. That's why I've asked you how you're managing your social media now, because my account's not growing anymore.
And was you doing gym back in 2017 or 2020 when you first started Instagram?
I used to go to the gym in 2019, but I wasn't training or.
So what kind of content was you?
Influencer. That's when you come. That's what I want to speak about.
Yeah. So what does an influencer? What was you influencing? I mean, 16. You were 16,
influencing.
but you didn't have the following back then. So how did you sort of grow that?
So I used to have around probably 2,000 followers when I just started, or probably like 3,000. I don't remember.
That's still a lot.
Yeah.
That's still a lot.
So you know how all these girls post these pretty photos with
the
makeup,
the hair.
outfits, going out, you know, restaurants, this and that. Exactly. This is how I started, guys. Okay. So I thought, you know what? I've met basically. That's a background story. I used to have a friend, and that's what she used to do. So that's how she grew her account, you know.
Was she an influencer?
Yeah. So that's how I've learned from her.
Was you sort of tagging on the back of her?
Basically. So she started getting, you know, when she started posting these photos, and with that, back then, you know, Reels, like what, 2022, Reels weren't that popular how they are now. So we had to upload pictures at least even every day or every 2 days. You had to, and hashtags. Hashtags were so important.
Was this like a challenge you put on yourself to sort of upload every day?
That's how you had to grow.
Yeah.
So that in order to actually grow your account, you had to put specific hashtags. So you know, I used to get ready. Sometimes even when I wasn't going out anywhere, I had to do my makeup, you know, do my hair, whatever, get some outfits and go somewhere nice, like to have a nice photos. Just to take the photos. And you know why? Because I had no content. So this is what I had to do in my free times. Obviously before then I wasn't really working.
So if you were to go to these restaurants, would you actually eat there or just sit there on the table and just take these photos?
Yeah, well, both actually. So then I started getting invited to restaurants. Yeah. So for example, any restaurants that started to do their opening. So for example, one of the places I got invited to is Palm H2O. I don't know if you...
Where's that?
Coventry.
Okay.
So it's like a shisha place. Okay. So they were opening and they had like a DJ and all that stuff. So they would like send you a message, oh, you are invited, bring +1. But...
At the time, how many followers did you have when they sort of invited you?
It was growing. Okay. So it depends. It kept on growing. My account kept on growing. The more I posted...
When they invited you, how many followers did you have?
Oh, I don't remember now. But you know what? They required you, whenever you get invited to places like that, you have to make content. Yeah. You have to do even, that's when Reels started to come through. And you had to do even a reel of the place and the food or pictures with the food. If you scroll down my Instagram, you will see some of the photos, me being like in the places like restaurants or photos with the food.
And did you take the photos yourself, or did you get someone to take the photos outside?
I would have someone with me because I wouldn't go by myself. Actually, you know what? I did once. I went once. There was a place in West Brom that I got invited to, and I had no one to go with me. So I was like, you know what? I don't care. Yeah. I'm going by myself. Yeah. Free food, free drinks.
Content in it.
And then I just took pictures of myself, you know, just had my phone like that, and then just took a picture with food. And obviously, I had to tag the place and, for example, say, thank you so much for inviting me, for example, Ultimate Fitness. It was a pleasure. Can't wait. You know, kind of like a caption.
Yeah.
And then, boom, below hashtags. Blogger, you know, invited. And the more stuff you used to do like that, the more other places
other people
start seeing it. And then the more invites you used to get. So because I was only like 16, 17, I used to get invited to like places in London, Manchester, but obviously as someone who wasn't making that much money then, I couldn't afford on the travel or, you know, so I was kind of missing it out.
So at 16, what was you doing for work? Was you at school, college?
I used to work, I used to have a few like random jobs. So when I was 16, 17, I used to work in a food shop, like a grilled food. So like a front of the house, kind of everything. Yeah, I used to even cook the food. And I used to make money from that. That was like my first proper job.
So when you were 16?
Yeah, 16, 17. So I used to make money from then. And then obviously, I used to take advantage when I used to get invited in Birmingham. Or because that other girl, she had a car. So whenever I used to tell her, oh, I got invited in Manchester, we used to drive to Manchester, which is quite good. And obviously right now, recently I got invited to Mac Halal. It is a burger place. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm on prep, but I will come in 2 months.
Yeah, come in
and
October.
like, you know what? Like, I still get invited sometimes, but it's just like, I'm sorry, I can't come because I won't be able to eat
Do
the
you miss
food.
like being invited to these places?
Yeah, because sometimes the food will like be really, really nice, and then you would like take pictures and stuff like that, and that's how my account started growing and growing and growing. Even like when I went on holiday, I went to Ibiza. I was taking so much pictures, but then with Instagram, you had to make the post every day, but I couldn't like because sometimes I wouldn't be bothered. I tried to keep it up every 2 days at least.
Stressful, isn't it? Thinking what to post.
And what to post. But with the girls, so if you look at other girls' pages, they just do like outfits or like makeup. Then I got invited to like a Asian bridal thing where I did the modeling there, and that was so much headache. I can't even tell you. They had they paid me for this, but with that, because you know the Asian dresses, they are so heavy, and I was there for 3 hours taking off and putting on so many dresses, and it was really, really tiring because they were making content like recording, and they kept telling me walk this way, do this. And
so if these people approach you like for something like that, do they have a set fee, or do you have a fee where you say, are you gonna, this is what I charge, say £50 an hour?
Yeah. So as well with that, I would used to get like brands messaging me. So that's how I used to make money as well. That's how I used to charge them. So obviously, I used to tell them, oh yeah, I will make the post, but you have to pay me £25, for example, for any like makeup stuff. So any brand that offered me, oh, we can send you, for example, face cream, sorry. Or like any face products, I'll just had to do like video with it. But I can't like, sometimes I never used to do it because I just couldn't be bothered. So that's how I used to make money as well. So yeah, now that's why I asked you a question. How do you manage the social media? Because with social media, it is a full-time job. It is
a full-time, especially when you're editing, taking the photos, producing it, and you have to be in the video. It is very hard. I mean, sometimes especially when you got so many avenues like Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. I don't use Twitter, but TikTok. That's another one.
TikTok's quite popular now.
Then you got your own personal account. Then I've got my other account. It's hard. It is a full-time job.
See, for example, me, I'm a student. I have a job as well outside of this. I'm prepping right now, and I'm trying to keep up with social media, and I'm really, really struggling. Like, especially now, because my page is fitness based now. It's no more influencer makeup and stuff like that.
Do you think since you've been doing more fitness stuff, like prep stuff, you're not lost, but your account hasn't grown as much?
Yeah. Maybe because I am still quite new to this, and I'm trying to find the same, find the same people as me, and because it's so popular right now, it's hard to get up there. Even some of my followers have dropped down, like probably by 500. Like I think I'm on 27.3, and I was on 27.8, so they have dropped. So right now I'll try to mix it up a little bit. I still do like pictures of myself and I'll post them, and then I try to do like videos of me training. But even I don't know, I don't like recording myself training all the time because I feel I don't train properly. Then I have to focus so much on making the video so perfect. It's getting annoying.
Get the right angles and
like it's cool. Yeah, you want to keep up with the content, but if I'm training, like I don't want to sometimes I have to like look presentable. You can't look like a tramp.
I think what you should do, maybe just set one day where you are just film for content. So obviously put your makeup on and wear something nice. So dedicate a day when you're not, probably a day off when you're not actually training, but to just do your video in.
That's what I try to do now. I try to have at least once or twice a week where it's content day. That's why I even said to Simon, we need to keep up with this podcast because, as I said, we are being so ungrateful because we have this room and we don't even make a use of it, which is horrible because there are people who would literally go
and pay good money for this room.
go pay and do podcast every week, even somewhere far away. So this is a joke. But yeah, what I wanted to ask is, how do you keep up with the social media?
Well, the stuff in the gym, which is the easiest I can do, and I actually enjoy doing it. I enjoy the filming. I enjoy the editing, and once I get something filmed, I'll try and edit it straight away when it's fresh in my mind. If I film something and I leave it a week, I'll probably forget where I've recorded on because I've got that many memory cards, and I'll just forget about it. So with me, I have to write a few things down. What I'm going to actually film today, I'll plan it. Yeah, who's going to be in the video, and I'll make sure as soon as I get home, I'll edit it so it's done, so I can post it literally the next day.
This is what I'm going to start doing. I was thinking, I don't want to write it down in my phone. I'm going to buy myself a calendar.
Yeah.
And I will actually write it down. Next week, Tuesday, this and that. And that's when I start planning with my content. The more you kind of plan out, the better for you. But sometimes, obviously, you will have days that we just can't be bothered to do anything.
I mean, that's why the content days, just film do batch film where you're filming, say, for 2 weeks. So you don't have to film for one day. Get enough content for 2 weeks. So the days that you can't be bothered or haven't got anything to post, just you've got that there. Do you know what I mean? So you're not filming every day. You're filming once or twice a week for ahead, 2-3 weeks ahead.
But see, content, it's not your full-time job because obviously you manage you manage.
It feels like a full-time job.
You manage the gym as well.
Yeah, the gym sort of manages itself. I mean, it runs quite smoothly. I make sure everything's done in the background, like all the accounts, the payments, the bills, the stock, ordering the stock, getting the staff organised. I've pretty got that much down to it. It runs quite.
So you wouldn't say that's like you don't really struggle with that. It goes.
Sometimes, I mean, the main things I struggle with is probably like staffing problems when staff let you down and stuff like that. But apart from that, not really. No. So that's why I probably can dedicate more time to social media because one thing I enjoy doing it. There's a reason why I spent so much money on equipment, and I enjoy learning the process of taking photos, editing videos. I actually enjoy it. So where it comes to the point where I can do other people's videos. I mean, I've done a few pictures for you and for other people. So I enjoy doing it.
See, I have a basic camera now. I have the Sony ZV-1. But it's always good to start with something small. Yeah. See, I'm like, even though I do want to make like better YouTube video, you don't always want to rely on someone. And
no, that's one thing I was going to say. It is because everyone's always busy. They've always got their own lives, and especially with all the staff prepping at the moment, and everyone's got the prep heads on. So, and I'm thought to myself yesterday when I was sitting in the studio, before, you know what, if no one wants to do a podcast, I'm just going to sit there and just talk about shit myself.
I'm here as well.
I've got like 35 years of knowledge, not just in bodybuilding, but all the friends I've made, like the new hobbies I've made. So I'm just going to talk waffle on about that.
With the podcast, you can talk about anything.
Yeah, of course.
Anything, and as we mentioned, it doesn't need to be bodybuilding. It's not all about that.
But to be honest, I don't really enjoy talking about bodybuilding. There's a time and place for it, but I think
it gets too much.
The demographics in this gym, I mean, there's only a very small audience of bodybuilders in this gym. So the general membership is sort of outside the bodybuilding. No one's like the hardcore bodybuilders. So, but things like social media, I think everyone has a part to social media, don't they? Everyone's got social media.
It's good to talk sometimes about life.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Outside the gym and what we actually do.
So how much of your life do you put on social media? Do you find a balance? I mean, days when you feel like shit and you don't want to talk to people, do you still post?
It was this week. Like, obviously, I don't always want to rely on social media. This is not my life, and I don't want to, as much as I want to make content of me, prepping for my show, this and that. Like, sometimes I just want to focus on myself, and I don't want to record or take pictures of me prepping and stuff like that because I feel like I'm not focusing enough on myself. I'm focusing more on social media. Does that make sense?
You can lose yourself just trying to please everyone else, can't you?
Like for example, this week I feel like I'm just all over the place, and I'm someone who I want everything at once. Like, I want to do this.
Are you very impatient?
Yes, I'm a very, very impatient person, and I always want to achieve everything in this world, but I'm a human, and I'm sorry, you can't.
Just sometimes think like you have to sort of. I mean, talking to you like before, because I know you're very ambitious. You want to go around the world. You want to do this and that, but and you're only 20, just turned 20. So you've got
Exactly,
you've got your whole life ahead of you.
I think because, you know what? I've been hanging around with older people all my life. Like,
So you're comparing yourself to a lot of older people.
yeah, I got very grown mindset because, for example, like people my age, they party, they drink, they go out, they have fun. You know what I mean? Half of them don't even have a job, which is like, I don't want to be like them.
Yeah, but don't you think you're gonna, if you live in this life now, don't you think you're missing out on a lot of fun where you should be the age where you are? You should be going out, having a laugh, going drinking, partying. Or do you not miss that? Or do you not bothered?
I've enjoyed that when I was 15. So yeah.
So you were ahead of the game.
Yeah. So I think I had my fun, if that makes sense. Like we all have been there as teenagers. You when you was 15 or 16, you were drinking.
Actually, no, because when I was 15, I started my bodybuilding journey. Okay. So it was only until I got into my late 20s, 30s that I sort of started partying because I knew how much I missed out because I went to like IB and stuff like that. I thought, you know what, I love this, and I started partying. But, I sort of missed out growing up. So I started sort of my partying days later on. So it's sort of
I mean, we still have so much time to do partying, but even, when
I'm going partying Sunday, I am.
Oh, well, where are you going?
I'm going to a music festival in Lichfield.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to let my hair down and have a dance.
You see, let me tell you something. When I finished my post show, like I was like, yeah, I need to go out. I need to do this and that. And when I actually went out, had a few drinks, I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? Like, I just wanted to go back home and like, I wasn't enjoying myself at all. I think even like going clubbing in UK, it's like a big no. Yeah. If you go in a different country,
no one really goes clubbing in UK anymore.
No.
It's not a thing.
I wouldn't go clubs now as people my age. If I do want to go for a drink or somewhere, I would rather go like a nice bar or for food and stuff like that. But as I said, I've already had those, moments where I had parties. I used to party in a park. Yeah, those ages.
That's what I'm going to be, partying in the park.
Yeah. So I think I've kind of like lived that life already. And some of you might say, oh, you're so young, but you're focusing on too much stuff right now. Enjoy life. And like, I am enjoying life, but doing and focusing on the goals that I have right now, because when I'm like 30, I'll be settled down and living my life, while some of you...
When you're 30.
When I'm...
30 still young.
Well, whatever age, you know what I mean? Like...
Do you enjoy like prepping? Do you enjoy like getting involved into bodybuilding at such an early age?
Yeah, I feel like because it's like it teaches me more and more discipline, and it's only like...
But I think you were disciplined anyway before bodybuilding, because obviously the jobs you had, having to sort of get jobs at such an early age, having to rely on yourself.
I'm a very disciplined person. Like even now while I'm prepping, I've never cheated on my diet. I've never missed out cardio. I've never missed out training. Yesterday I had a shift 11 till 9. I got up 5:30, did my check-in. I had to actually come into the gym because it was so dark, and to do my check-in here. Brought all my food with me, did my fasted cardio, ate my food, trained, came back home, tried to take a nap for half an hour.
How have you developed such a strong mindset where you just do it? You don't have to think about it. You sort of on autopilot a lot of the times.
Sorry for swearing, but I don't fuck around. Like, if I have one goal in mind, I have to keep on doing the work. You have to... I don't care how tired you are. I'm very tired. I was very tired yesterday. I'm very tired today because I'm lacking the sleep.
You don't seem tired now. Are you buzzing?
You know what? Yeah, because I'm really liking this talking. You know what I mean? Like, even, I'll be honest, right now, like 1 hour ago, I was like, oh, like, what if I mess up in the podcast because I am quite tired? But I think sometimes you just got to stop thinking, man. You just got to stop thinking and do the do. Like,
and especially when you talk about things that you enjoy, then people can feel the energy, can't they? And I could tell by this podcast you're enjoying talking about stuff outside the gym, the social media.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But one thing I want to mention as well, even with my clients, I have some clients that be like, oh, I want to lose weight. But then in their check-in, they be like, oh, yeah, I cheated on my diet. And I'm sorry, hon, but you're not going to go to the goal if you don't. You just have to stick to it. It doesn't matter if you feel tired. It doesn't matter if you're hungry or whatever.
How have you found sort of having clients which don't have the same mindset as you, which sort of they don't take training as serious as you. They don't, they tend to like cheat on the diets because they're not as focused as you. Do you find it quite frustrating?
Yeah,
Just because you can do it doesn't mean they can do it.
As I said, I'm a very impatient person, and I find it frustrating because I'm giving you a simple task. Like, I'm not there to lose the fat or build the muscle for you. If you have a plan, you have given a plan, and you have to follow it religiously like a Bible. Because we, as a coach, even as someone like you who's prepping or prep people, you're not there to do the work for them. No coach is there to do the work for you. If you have an online coach, they're there to support you, guide you, and be there for you as a coach, not to do the work for you. But
I found it quite frustrating when I had clients, and not sort of. I mean, with bodybuilders, athletes, they're more or less, they're very goal orientated. So you tell them to do something, they'll do it. They don't think about it. But sort of lifestyle clients, I found it really hard. And like even getting check-ins and trying to stick to a normal diet, and I just ended to think, okay, I couldn't be bothered.
See, I'm a very easy person. You know, my coach be like, this and that. Okay,
yeah, but if you're not seeing results, then you just feel like frustrated.
Yeah. I'm simple person to work. I'll get my stuff done. When my coach says, like, you do this, I'll be like, okay, cool, done. Yeah. And then check in, bam, check in. I don't even like, just do the work, that's all. But we're gonna wrap it up with the coaching thing.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Okay, if you weren't competing, what do you think you would be doing with your life at this moment? If you hadn't gone balls deep, excuse the language, into competing, yeah. What would you be doing? Would you be a full-time influencer?
No. I don't think so. I think I would do boxing because, as I said, if you guys watched the other podcast, I did box before I came to UK. I was doing boxing. That's why I got the fitness background, and I always was doing kind of sports.
So when you say boxing, would you mean like competitively?
Yeah, I would do some kind of sport, definitely. Maybe not the gym or fitness. That's why when I came to UK, because I came when I was like 12, the boxing standard, like as if like the training and stuff like that, I didn't really like it, how it's, performed. And I still keep in touch with my coach, my boxing coach, and we have each other on social media. So whenever I go to Poland, I'm going to pop in there and definitely get a session with him. But I really, really miss that because that's how I was taught discipline as well. And I was surrounded when we used to go on trips where there used to be loads of snow. It was freezing. It's really, really cold in Poland. So we went near Slovakia. It was just on the
border.
Yeah, on the border. And I was like 12. And everyone else was like 18, 19.
Was that to sort of develop your character, sort of make you sort of condition you?
We had to wake up 6:30 every single morning and be outside in the snow.
Well, that's a line now, isn't it, for you, 6:30?
Yeah, that's nothing for me now. 6:30, and we used to run. We had to run up and down the mountains. But because obviously I was still quite young, they were a bit easy on me. So that's how I learned the discipline. So yeah, if I wasn't doing bodybuilding, I would definitely do some kind of sports, either volleyball, because that's what I used to do as well in school. I really enjoyed. I used to go on matches with other schools, or I would do boxing.
So have you ever actually been in a ring fighting another girl?
So funny story. Before I fly,
they get paranoid about getting your face mashed up.
You know what? Because I was the youngest, I used to be in the ring and do like training fight. So I used to get punched up quite a lot.
Did you wear like the
I had to have that. And once I got punched in my eye and I had a bruise under my eye. If I try to find some photos, maybe we should put it in, or I'll put it on my story. But yeah, definitely some kind of sport, if not bodybuilding. But that's what kind of, because I've missed what I did before. I think that's why I started bodybuilding, because I just wanted to reach.
Do you find
and be somewhere?
I know we're talking about bodybuilding. Do you find it sort of it's very consuming? It takes all your time and energy.
It does. But that's what you got to do, unfortunately. Like, I think one thing that kind of upsets me is that I'm not spending enough time with my family. That kind of hurts me, I think.
Why can't you?
I mean, you can, but it's like sometimes you just
because
want...
your mum's trying to feed you all the time. And
Yeah.
because
Sometimes,
you're
like,
losing the weight.
one thing I promised myself, after this prep, I'm taking my mum out for food. I'm spending so much time with her.
Yeah.
And I want to fly to Poland.
Does your mum understand the process that you're going through, or does she does she understand?
She understands, but she still asks me if I want food whenever I go to her, unfortunately. Even though I explained to her so many times, I can't.
Yeah, it was like when I used to diet, my mum was alive. She used to say to me, because you look ill, let me cook some food. And I thought, Mum, I'm just doing it. And she'd look at me thinking, this poor guy's starving. And you know, what is he doing this for?
That's what my nan says every time I phone my nan, because I really want to go to see my family. But obviously, there's no point in me going on prep if I'm not going to enjoy food and time with them. So once that's over, I'm flying there, enjoying some time with my family. So that's one thing about that. But yeah, any other questions we got from the audience?
They're sort of bodybuilding stuff, but we'll leave that.
Guys, please, when we posting the questions, please don't ask so many questions about bodybuilding, because as we said,
okay, behind the scenes of an influencer, someone's asked.
Behind the scenes.
Talk about the behind the scenes, sort of what it takes to sort of, look a certain way all the time.
Like, as I said, you have to fake it. I'll do my makeup. I'll be honest with you guys. I'll do my makeup sometimes just to take pictures, or even just...
How long does it take to do your makeup?
Oh, I'll be quick now. If I do makeup like this, it's like 15 minutes.
Okay, that's quick.
But you know what? I want to start doing glam makeup just to see how I get on, because that's what I used to do before.
So what's the difference then? Just more heavily makeup?
Like more eyeshadow, more
smoky
like
eye.
contour and stuff like that. Now it's just like slap the foundation, draw some eyebrows, stick the eyelashes, that's it. And I'm done, ready to go.
Let me have a look. Somebody's asked me some bodybuilding stuff, but I'll save that for another
episode.
Yeah. What are your 2 years next 2 years goals?
My next 2 years goals?
Yeah.
I think focus on my business. That's what I wanted to speak about, on how to be successful with business. So I think if you guys want an episode like that where we actually talking business and how to be successful, we saved that for the next episode, even though I wanted to speak about it today.
Let's keep this one about the social media, stuff like that.
Yeah, so...
the next one we can talk about the business side.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to speak about. What was the question again? What's the behind the scenes?
Yeah, all right, let me ask you a question. Which platform do you prefer posting on? Instagram, TikTok, YouTube?
Instagram. I'm trying TikTok, but it's just not working. But then,
do you post the same stuff on Instagram as on your TikTok?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
So it's just you reposting the same stuff?
Obviously, I don't post pictures because TikTok's more videos.
Orientated, yeah.
So whenever I do like a reel for Instagram, I will re-upload it on TikTok. But if I have like random videos, you just like slap it and stuff like that.
What advice would you give to sort of, say, girls that are coming into the fitness industry, or they want to sort of build their following? What tips would you give? Try
to be creative with your content. Obviously, I'm not someone who's so much creative with my fitness content because I'm lacking. But I think it's just keeping up and uploading all the time. Even with YouTube, some of my videos before, I had like 4.7k views. I know it might not be a lot, but for me, that's like, wow. Now, I'm back to it again. I am doing my YouTube back again. I think last video was like 300 views. So you know what? Sometimes there will be like, oh, that's not enough. But you just have to keep up, right?
Instead of the vlogs, I mean, vlogs are okay, but I think if you're new into YouTube, I don't think vlogs work, because unless you've got that following, people won't really watch you. So I think you got to do stuff like food challenges, sort of things that are entertaining.
I do want to do that. Yeah, that will be coming after.
Yeah. What's the sort of the best place you've been to, like been invited to for food?
Food place.
Yeah.
You know what? I've been invited to nice places, but obviously, as I said, I wasn't able to go to it.
No, but what are the places that you have been to?
Let me think. So I would say Palm H2 is really, really nice, as is like the interior design and everything. The wait time for the food was crap, because obviously they just started, they had new people
so they're
working.
sort of learning.
So it was food was okay, but obviously I'll be waiting like 2 hours for the food. 2 hours.
2 hours for the food?
Yeah.
I would have been out there.
Where else? I've been invited to a really, really nice place in Manchester. Once again, it was very like influencer type of vibe where you could just take pictures because the interior design was very like teddies, pink, stuff like that.
Flowers and stuff like that.
But most of the time, I'm going there for the food. I want to enjoy the food rather like. I
think nowadays, gyms, restaurants, bars, they've got to make it very social, very Instagrammable, wouldn't they?
Mm-hmm. Because people will make the content.
Yeah, people will bring a camera everywhere they go now, so they have to take a picture to check in, and you know, it's
sad to say that now this year, like, it's very surrounded on social media.
Sometimes when I go out for food, I try to leave my phone at home sometimes because I think you can get caught up just by posting stuff. You end up, you know, you'd be sitting with your missus or whatever, and you both be on your phone, and you sort of lose that conversation.
That's sad to see.
Sometimes I still leave my phone at home, and often enough I'm just scrolling. Do you know what I mean? And it's
even when I go out with my friends or I will see someone, I'm never on my phone. I will communicate. I don't look at my phone.
That's why I put that thing on.
I find it really, really rude.
Yeah, it is. But it's sort of it's like an addiction, isn't it? Don't you think? Because everything's on your phone now: emails, WhatsApp, social media, like messages, your banking. Everything is sort of dictated on that bloody phone, and it's even like
it takes your whole life.
It does, yeah. And I remember like when life before mobile phones. I mean, you're probably too young to remember that, and just life was so much easier.
2004.
2000. Oh, you're making me feel old. So what are your next few videos that you got planned for YouTube?
Just finish off the prep vlogging.
Do you find the prep sort of dragging on now?
A little bit, yeah. I just can't wait to finish.
How many weeks you got left? 6 weeks?
7, I think. 7, 8. So not long left. Probably vlog that a little bit. And I try to do a bit of vlogs. I started to do vlogs with, podcast with Roxana. So like a kind of education. That's what you were talking about.
Education, entertainment.
Rather than actually showing the fitness life. And after prep, I do want to do a lot of like food reviews and stuff like that. Because I'm very into stuff like that. And I like watching videos like that.
Well, I'm going to Dubai in 2 weeks. And we've sort of, me and Mrs. she's booked us her birthday. We're going to do a buffet every day. Like the best buffets in Dubai. So I'm going to vlog
that's
that.
Sick, yeah. That's what I want to do, kind of vlogs. Like, going to restaurants, rate the food, because I watch content like that, but I watch a lot of Polish YouTubers rather than English, and all I watch is this one Polish YouTuber who goes to restaurants and he rates kebabs. Yeah, funny one, but I really like enjoying stuff like that. I mean, watching stuff like that. So
you're looking forward to sort of getting the cheeks back, you know, getting the
oh yeah, I'm not scared. Not scared.
You're gonna go all out.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so I think that's a wrap for today. Thank you again. We're going to make this a regular thing.
Definitely. Next week, you will see another podcast.
Yeah, we've got a doctor. We've got 2 doctors coming on. We're going to have a female doctor. She's going to talk about how competing, stuff like that.
We'll keep it as a secret.
Yeah, we'll keep it as a secret. And we've got another doctor.
You'll find out. You better watch it to know what we're talking about.
Yeah, so give Camilla a follow on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We'll pull the links. Give me a follow. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And please leave any suggestions under the comments.
We'll see you soon.